Hi, you've reached What's on Scott's Mind. So today, 1 week late, right? As I mentioned in my What's on Scott's Mind last Monday, Indiana University and Miami were playing for the national championship that evening. Indiana University won 27-21. I have to say it was one of the best college football championship games I've ever watched. I've enjoyed them for years. I've watched many of them. Uh, Some of them I haven't watched because they're way too late. I didn't care about the teams, but in this case, I cared about both teams. It was late, but an amazing game. But to me, the biggest thing is at 16-0, Indiana University won the college football national championship, and that just to me makes all the difference. Sorry, I'm at an angle there, uh, but I'm still at an angle. I'm trying to center myself so you can see the whole view in effect. The other big thing that's on my mind is that starting Saturday night, somewhere around 10, 11 p.m., I was asleep already, so I don't know for sure when it started. But when we woke up Sunday morning, there was snow on the ground. Not much, 2 inches maybe, covering the ground. Not a lot. A lot more came on Sunday. There was quite a bit of snow, quite a bit of sleet and freezing rain that came with this storm. The high yesterday was like 19 degrees, which is really rare to get freezing rain when it's 19 degrees. And now the snow has that crusty, crusty top, which makes it harder to walk on. So Puck and I, my dog, and I always take long walks on Sunday. He and I walked about 4.8 miles. I have to tell you, that was the toughest walk we've done in a long time. And we stayed pretty much on the areas of the road that were plowed. I mean, we walked one part of our normal walk that's in the woods. Took a bunch of pictures. I shared them on YouTube, shared them on Instagram. The point being, it was a hard walk because we were walking in the snow and it was heavy. And then by the time we turned the corner, the sleet and freezing rain started, and that just made everything even heavier. Right, my coat didn't absorb anything; it's waterproof, but it was heavier because there was a coating of ice. Poor Puck had a coating of ice on his head, so it was an interesting experience. I don't think I would do that again, but we walk outside every day. That is what he and I do. It's part of our relationship, but it's also part of my exercise routine, and it's important. I don't want to ever be in a situation where I don't exercise. Right? Exercise at least once a day, if not twice a day, for walking. That's what I do. Anyway, that said, interesting week. Um, the national championship game is over. The Super Bowl is set. 2 weeks from now, the Super Bowl will be played. First week of February. It's exciting. I enjoy this time of year because I enjoy the championships. I enjoy watching teams play, and I also enjoy just enjoying the reality of college athletics and professional athletics. Not as big a baseball fan as I used to be. The steroid scandal. Um, I, One of the things that always bothers me, and one of the things that I've never really been able to reconcile, is people saying, "I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it," and then the proof basically saying, "Yeah, you did it." Um, so to me, it's if you make a mistake, you own it, right? You say, "Yes, I did that. Um, I'm very sorry I did that, but I did it." You don't deny, and then it's proven that you did it. Because to me, that just says you don't really care about the people that you're talking to. You don't care about where they are as human beings. You're just there for you. And that's something that always it's bothered me my whole life. I've never really been a big fan of people doing that. And so I've stopped watching baseball. I watched in 2017 when the Cubs won the World Series, but that's because I love the Cubs, and I have loved the Cubs ever since, my grandfather and I used to watch the games many years ago. So to me, that's different. Um, that's honoring Ernie Banks. That's not honoring baseball. And I love Ernie Banks, my favorite baseball player. Um, in my book, the greatest baseball player that ever played for the Cubs. I don't really argue for other teams, because there are other great players, but for me, that's the greatest cup. Anyway, that all said, that's what's on my mind this week. Um, Fun time of year to watch sports, and of course, IU won the national championship. Thank you for listening. Have a great start to your week.